Welcome back to our BS Coins world where we explore rare and valuable coins that could make you a millionaire. Today we're talking about a coin that many collectors dream of owning, the 1965 Kennedy half dollar. You may have heard about its incredible value, but what exactly makes this coin worth up to $1 million? Stick around as we dive deep into the history, features, and key details you need to know to understand why this coin is so valuable. The 1965 Kennedy half dollar was part of a crucial time in American coinage history. Just 2 years after President John F. Kennedy was assassinated, the nation honored him by featuring his profile on the half dollar coin. This immediately made the coin a symbol of American pride and legacy. But the real story of the 1965 Kennedy half dollar goes beyond its emotional significance. Before we get into why some of these coins can fetch prices up to $1 million, let's start with a little background on the coin. In 1965, the U.S. Mint made a major change in coin production. Due to a national silver shortage, the Mint reduced the silver content in the half dollar from 90% to 40%. This made the 1965 Kennedy half dollar the first in a series of silver-clad coins. Now you might be wondering why a coin that isn't even made of pure silver could be worth so much. Well, it's not just the material, but rather several factors combined that make certain 1965 Kennedy half dollars incredibly valuable. The first factor is rarity. Most 1965 Kennedy half dollars were struck in very large numbers, over 65 million to be exact. However, there are certain coins within that batch that are much rarer. Some coins have errors or were struck under unusual conditions, making them stand out. For example, certain coins have double dies or misstrikes that can significantly increase their value. These mint errors are highly sought after by collectors. Another factor is condition. As with any collectible item, the better condition a coin is in, the more valuable it becomes. Coins that have been kept in pristine condition, showing little to no wear, are incredibly rare. Many 1965 Kennedy half dollars have been circulated, which means they've been used in everyday transactions. Finding one in mint state or uncirculated condition can be like striking gold. Collectors pay top dollar for coins that appear as if they just came out of the mint. The third factor is historical significance. The Kennedy half dollar carries a lot of historical weight as it was minted just after one of the most significant events in American history, the assassination of JFK. This connection to history gives the coin added value, especially to those who collect historical memorabilia. But what really pushes the value of certain 1965 Kennedy half dollars to the $1 million mark is a combination of all these factors. For instance, a 1965 Kennedy half dollar with a rare mint error in perfect mint state condition could easily be worth a fortune to the right buyer. Such coins are often sold at auctions where competitive bidding drives the price up to astronomical levels. So how can you tell if your 1965 Kennedy half dollar is worth $1 million? The first step is to closely examine the coin. Look for any signs of mint errors, such as doubled images on the lettering or odd-looking details. You'll also want to check its overall condition. Is it scratched or worn? Or does it still have that fresh from the mint luster? If you think your coin is in great shape or has an error, the next step is to have it professionally graded. A coin grading service will examine your coin and give it a grade based on its condition, which can significantly impact its value. And finally, once your coin is graded, consider reaching out to auction houses or specialized coin dealers. If your coin has all the right qualities, it could attract the attention of top collectors willing to pay big bucks for it. So there you have it. The 1965 Kennedy half dollar could be worth as much as $1 million, but only if it meets certain criteria. The combination of rarity, condition, historical significance, and mint errors can turn an ordinary half dollar into $1 million treasure. Make sure to check your change carefully. You never know when you might come across one of these rare gems. If you've enjoyed this video and found it informative, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos about rare coins and collectibles. Let us know in the comments if you have any rare coins you'd like us to talk about in a future video. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, specifically focusing on the 1966 Kennedy half dollar. What if I told you that this coin could potentially be worth an astonishing $1.1 million? Yes, you heard that right. This half dollar, which most people might overlook, could turn out to be a true treasure. Let's begin by talking about the history of the Kennedy half dollar. The Kennedy half dollar was first minted in 1964, just months after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The U.S. Mint introduced this coin to honor the late president, and it quickly became a symbol of his legacy. The 1966 Kennedy half dollar is part of the series that was minted during a unique time in American history. Unlike the earlier 1964 coins, which were made of 90% silver, the 1966 version contains only 40% silver due to a shortage in silver reserves at the time. But despite this, certain rare variations of the 1966 Kennedy half dollar have turned out to be extremely valuable. Now, what makes the 1966 Kennedy half dollar so special? While millions of these coins were minted, not all are created equal. The value of a coin can depend on several factors like its condition, rarity, mint errors, and overall demand among collectors. For the 1966 Kennedy half dollar, some coins have sold for record-breaking amounts due to minting errors, their pristine condition, or both. Coins graded at the highest levels, such as those certified as MS-67 or higher by coin grading services, are particularly sought after by collectors. These coins look as though they just rolled off the mint's production line, with no noticeable imperfections, scratches, or wear. This perfect condition makes them incredibly rare and valuable. Another factor that can drive the price of a 1966 Kennedy half dollar sky high is the presence of mint errors. Mint errors can happen for various reasons during the production process. Sometimes a coin may be struck on a planchet that wasn't intended for the Kennedy half dollar. Other times, the coin might have been struck off-center or have a double die error. These unique flaws add an extra level of rarity and value to the coin. But why exactly is the 1966 Kennedy half dollar worth $1.1 million? This price reflects a perfect combination of rarity, condition, and market demand. When an MS-67 or MS-68 1966 Kennedy half dollar comes up for auction, coin collectors and investors jump at the chance to own such a pristine example of this historical coin. In fact, in some auctions, rare and perfect condition coins have fetched over $1 million, and the 1966 Kennedy half dollar has become a prized piece for collectors. The combination of its history, its silver content, and its rarity has elevated its value beyond what anyone could have imagined when it was first minted. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if your 1966 Kennedy half dollar is worth anything close to $1.1 million? First, check the condition of the coin. The fewer scratches or signs of wear, the better. A coin in uncirculated or near-perfect condition will always be worth more. If you think your coin might be in exceptional condition, it's a good idea to have it graded by a professional coin grading service. This certification will help you understand the exact condition of your coin and its potential value. Additionally, look for any unusual characteristics on your coin. Do you see any doubling in the design or odd markings that might indicate a mint error? If so, these factors could add significant value. And if you're lucky enough to possess one of these rare and valuable 1966 Kennedy half dollars, you could be sitting on a small fortune. It's always exciting to think about what could be hiding in your coin collection or even your pocket change. The 1966 Kennedy half dollar is proof that sometimes the smallest, most ordinary-looking items can turn out to be the most valuable. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, this coin serves as a reminder to always check your change and never underestimate the potential value of a seemingly simple half dollar. Thank you for watching today's video on the 1966 Kennedy half dollar worth $1.1 million. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the BS Coins World, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. We have a special one for you. We're talking about the 1967 Kennedy half dollar coin, a rare gem that could be worth a staggering $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1.2 million. The 1967 Kennedy half dollar was part of the U.S. Mint's efforts to keep silver coins in circulation during a time of significant change in the monetary system. While most coins were being made with less and less silver, the 1967 Kennedy half dollar still contained 40% silver. It was introduced just a few years after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy and became an iconic piece of American currency. But what makes the 1967 Kennedy half dollar so valuable? Well, there are a few factors that play into it. First, let's talk about condition. Coins in pristine condition are always more valuable. Coins that have been kept in mint state with no scratches or signs of wear can fetch much higher prices. If you happen to have one of these in perfect condition, you're already on the right track to holding a valuable coin. Next is rarity. While millions of Kennedy half-dollars were minted in 1967, not all of them are worth big money. It's the special error coins, the rare varieties, and high-grade examples that collectors are after. One such error that can skyrocket the value of your coin is a double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck twice, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. If your 1967 Kennedy half-dollar has this kind of error, it could be worth a small fortune. Another important factor is its historical significance. The Kennedy half-dollar is more than just a coin. It represents a moment in American history, honoring one of the most beloved presidents. This historical tie makes it even more appealing to collectors around the world. So, how do you know if your 1967 Kennedy half-dollar is worth $1.2 million? First, check the condition. Is it uncirculated? Does it look nearly flawless? Then, look for any errors like a double die or off-center strike. You may need to get your coin professionally graded by experts. As they can authenticate the coin's condition and potential value, there's one other thing to keep in mind. If your coin is part of a special minting process or an extremely rare version, this will also increase its value. Some collectors are willing to pay incredible amounts for these rare coins, especially when they hold both historical and numismatic significance. As always, if you think you have a valuable coin, do your research. Take it to a reputable coin dealer or send it in for professional grading. You never know, you could be sitting on a fortune. In summary, while not every 1967 Kennedy half-dollar is worth millions, certain ones with the right combination of condition, rarity, and historical significance could reach as high as $1.2 million at auction. Imagine holding such a rare piece of American history right in your hands. Be sure to check your collection, and you just might have that million-dollar coin. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more valuable coin discoveries. We're going to talk about a rare and valuable coin that could be hiding in your collection, the 1968 D Kennedy half-dollar. What makes this coin so special? Why are collectors willing to pay up to $1.3 million for it? Stay tuned as we dive into the history, key features, and the reasons behind the extraordinary value of this coin. The Kennedy half-dollar was first minted in 1964, just months after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The coin was designed as a tribute to the late president, and it quickly became a popular piece among collectors and the general public. The 1968 D Kennedy half-dollar was struck at the Denver Mint. Now, while millions of these coins were produced, only a handful are known to be worth a significant fortune. What sets the 1968 D Kennedy half-dollar apart is its silver content. Starting in 1965, the U.S. Mint reduced the silver content in half-dollars from 90% to 40%. This means that the 1968 D coin contains 40% silver, making it a valuable coin for silver collectors. However, it's not just the silver content that gives this coin its high value. It's the condition, rarity, and specific errors that can make it worth up to $1.3 million. One of the most important factors in determining the value of a 1968 D Kennedy half-dollar is its condition. Coins that are in near-perfect condition or have been graded as MS68 or higher can fetch a hefty price. The grading scale for coins goes from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. The closer a coin is to this top grade, the more valuable it becomes. Only a few 1968 D Kennedy half-dollars have been found in such pristine condition, making them extremely sought after by collectors. Another reason for the high value is the rarity of certain error coins from this year. Some 1968 D Kennedy half-dollars were struck with errors during the minting process, which can significantly increase their worth. These errors might include double dies, off-center strikes, or missing mint marks. Collectors are always on the lookout for these rare variations, which can drive the price up dramatically. So how do you know if your 1968 D Kennedy half-dollar is worth a fortune? First, you'll want to check the coin's condition. If it's in excellent shape with little to no wear and tear, it may be worth getting it professionally graded. A high-grade coin can sell for thousands and even millions of dollars at auction. You should also keep an eye out for any noticeable minting errors. If you suspect your coin has a rare error, it's worth consulting with a coin expert or sending it to a grading service for verification. In recent years, auctions have seen record-breaking sales for Kennedy half-dollars. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for the finest examples of this coin. In fact, some coins from this series have sold for over $1 million in perfect condition. The 1968 D Kennedy half-dollar stands out as one of the most valuable coins of its time, and its value continues to rise as collectors hunt for these rare pieces. To wrap things up, if you happen to have a 1968 D Kennedy half-dollar, it could be worth checking its condition and looking for any potential errors. What might seem like an ordinary coin could be worth a life-changing amount of money. Remember, rarity, condition, and historical significance all play a major role in determining the value of these coins. If you enjoyed learning about the 1968 D Kennedy half-dollar and its potential worth, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos on valuable coins. Don't forget to hit the like button and let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin in your collection. We're going to dive into a very special coin, the 1969 P. Kennedy half-dollar. This coin could be worth as much as $1.4 million, and you might have one in your pocket change without even knowing it. Let's explore why this coin is so valuable and what you need to look out for. The 1969 Kennedy half-dollar was minted during a unique time in U.S. history. After President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in 1963, the U.S. Mint quickly produced a coin to honor his legacy. That's how the Kennedy half-dollar series began. However, the 1969 P version is particularly valuable due to a combination of its silver content and certain rare characteristics that collectors are after. First, let's talk about the silver content. Unlike modern coins that are primarily made from a copper-nickel blend, the 1969 Kennedy half-dollar contains 40% silver. Coins minted between 1965 and 1970 were made with this silver content. This makes them more valuable than today's coins just based on the silver content alone. Even if the coin isn't in pristine condition, its silver melt value is still significant. Now, let's discuss why the 1969 P. Kennedy half-dollar could be worth up to $1.4 million. The key to this value lies in two factors: rarity and condition. Some of these coins were minted with errors, and these error coins are highly sought after by collectors. One of the most famous errors to look for is a double die obverse. This means that when the coin was struck, the image of President Kennedy's profile was doubled, creating a blurry or shadowed effect. If you find a 1969 P. Kennedy half-dollar with this type of error in excellent condition, it could be worth a fortune. Condition is the second major factor. Coins are graded based on their state of preservation, with the highest grade being Mint State 70 or MS 70. If you happen to have a 1969 P. Kennedy half-dollar with an error like a double die obverse, and it's in near-perfect condition, collectors are willing to pay top dollar. That's where the potential for this coin to reach the incredible value of $1.4 million comes into play. So, what should you do if you think you have one of these valuable coins? First, you'll want to carefully inspect the coin under good lighting. Look closely at Kennedy's profile on the front of the coin to see if there are any signs of doubling. If you notice anything unusual, it could be worth getting the coin authenticated by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations can certify the coin's authenticity and condition, which is crucial for determining its true market value. In addition to the double die error, also keep an eye out for other potential errors such as off-center strikes or planchet flaws. These types of mistakes can further increase the value of your coin. Even without errors, though, a well-preserved 1969 P. Kennedy half-dollar in mint state can still be worth significantly more than its face value. Now let's talk about where you might find one of these rare coins. While the 1969 Kennedy half-dollar isn't circulating much today, they can still show up in rolls of half-dollars from the bank or in collections passed down from family members. It's always worth checking your spare change and asking friends or family members if they have any old half-dollars lying around. You never know what hidden treasure you might discover. In conclusion, the 1969 P. Kennedy half-dollar is a coin that every collector should keep an eye out for. Whether you're looking for its silver content or hoping to discover a rare error, this coin has the potential to be worth far more than you might expect. Imagine finding a coin worth $1.4 million in your own collection. It's the kind of discovery that could change your life. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, let us know in the comments if you've ever found any rare coins in your collection. We're diving into one of the most valuable and sought-after coins in U.S. history, the 1970 Kennedy half-dollar coin. Some of these coins have been known to fetch an astounding $1.5 million at auction. If you have one of these rare gems sitting in your collection or even in your pocket change, you could be sitting on a fortune. First minted in 1964, the Kennedy half-dollar was created as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy following his assassination in 1963. The design was a collaboration between the U.S. Mint's chief engraver Gilroy Roberts and Frank Gasparo. Roberts designed the obverse, featuring a profile of Kennedy, while Gasparo created the reverse, which showcases the presidential seal. Since its release, the Kennedy half-dollar has become a favorite among collectors and investors alike. The 1970 Kennedy half-dollar is particularly unique because it was the last year the coin was produced with 40% silver content. Starting in 1971, all Kennedy half-dollars for general circulation were made of copper-nickel, making the 1970 issue highly desirable for collectors. What makes the 1970 Kennedy half-dollar even rarer is the fact that it was only minted in very limited quantities. The coin was not released for general circulation but was included in special mint sets, further limiting its availability to the public. Several factors contribute to the immense value of the 1970 Kennedy half-dollar, particularly the Mint mark version. The most obvious is its rarity. The U.S. Mint only produced a limited number of these coins, and even fewer were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is what the Mint mark represents. This scarcity has driven up demand among collectors, making these coins incredibly valuable. Another factor is the condition of the coin. Coins that have been preserved in near-perfect condition, known as mint state, can fetch significantly higher prices at auction. The highest graded examples of the 1970 Kennedy half-dollar have sold for over $1 million, with one particular coin reaching the impressive $1.5 million mark. If you think you might have a 1970 Kennedy half-dollar in your possession, there are a few things you should check to determine its potential value. First, look for the Mint mark, which can be found on the obverse side of the coin, just above the date. This mark is crucial in identifying the coin's origin and rarity. Next, examine the coin's condition. Coins that show minimal wear, sharp details, and a strong luster are considered to be in mint state. If your coin meets these criteria, it could be worth sending to a professional grading service to determine its official grade. This step is important because the value of the coin can vary significantly based on its grade. Professional coin grading is a crucial step in determining the true value of your 1970 Kennedy half-dollar. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. A coin in mint state with a grade of MS65 or higher can easily reach 6 or 7 figures at auction. The coin that sold for $1.5 million was a top-tier example with a nearly flawless grade, making it a standout among its peers. Another aspect that can increase the value of the 1970 Kennedy half-dollar is the presence of rare errors or varieties. Some of these coins may have been struck with slight variations, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or other minting errors. These mistakes can make a coin even more valuable, as collectors prize these unique anomalies. If you suspect your coin may have an error, it's worth having it examined by an expert. If you believe you have a valuable 1970 Kennedy half-dollar, you may be wondering where to sell it. Your best options include reputable auction houses that specialize in rare coins or online platforms where collectors and investors buy and sell coins. It's essential to have your coin professionally appraised and graded before attempting to sell it, as this will help you get the best possible price. The 1970 Kennedy half-dollar is one of the most valuable coins in U.S. history, with some examples reaching an astonishing $1.5 million at auction. If you have one of these coins in your possession, it's worth taking the time to have it professionally graded and appraised. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, this coin is a true treasure that could change your life. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more insights on valuable coins. Let me know in the comments if you've ever come across a 1970 Kennedy half-dollar or any other rare coin in your collection. We explore the fascinating world of valuable coins and dive into the 1971 D Kennedy half-dollar coin that could potentially be worth an incredible $1.7 million. If you're someone who loves collecting coins or just curious about rare finds that could bring in life-changing amounts of money, then you're in the right place. Make sure you watch the video until the end to find out what makes this coin so valuable and how you can identify one if it's hiding in your collection. First, a little background on the Kennedy half-dollar. This coin was first minted in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy after his tragic assassination in 1963. It quickly became one of the most iconic coins in American history. The initial coins minted in 1964 were made of 90% silver, but by 1971, due to rising costs, the U.S. Mint stopped using silver altogether in the half-dollar coin. This is where our 1971 D Kennedy half-dollar comes into the picture. The 1971 D Kennedy half-dollar was minted at the Denver Mint with the D Mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. These coins were made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, meaning they contain no silver, unlike the earlier issues. In terms of face value, the coin is only worth 50 cents, but certain features and rarities can make it worth much more. So what exactly makes a 1971 D Kennedy half-dollar worth $1.7 million? Let's break it down. First and foremost, condition is key. Like with most collectible coins, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins graded by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC in high mint state grades such as MS67 or higher can fetch substantial sums of money. An MS67 or higher grade means the coin is in nearly perfect condition with sharp details and very few imperfections. Most coins in circulation have wear and tear, which makes finding high-grade examples incredibly rare. Another factor is whether the coin has any errors or varieties. Error coins are coins that have been mistruck or feature some type of anomaly during the minting process. These errors can include double dies, off-center strikes, or misalignments. Collectors go wild for error coins, especially ones that are as rare as those found in Kennedy half-dollars from 1971. These errors can add tremendous value to the coin, making it worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars depending on the rarity and demand point. One of the most famous errors found in Kennedy half-dollars is the double die variety. This means that parts of the design appear doubled, such as the lettering or images. If you happen to find a 1971 D Kennedy half-dollar with a strong doubling error in mint condition, you're sitting on a goldmine. Next up is rarity. Although millions of 1971 D Kennedy half-dollars were minted, finding one in near-perfect condition with an error is extremely rare. The rarity factor drives up the price as collectors compete to add one of these elusive coins to their collection. Over the years, many of these coins have been lost, damaged, or heavily circulated, making pristine examples even harder to come by. Now you might be wondering how a coin originally worth 50 cents could reach a value of $1.7 million. It all comes down to a combination of rarity, condition, demand, and the presence of any unique features like errors. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that stand out from the rest, and they're willing to pay a premium to own them. So how can you identify if your 1971 D Kennedy half-dollar is worth a fortune? The first step is to carefully examine the coin. Look for the D Mint mark, which is located on the reverse side just below the eagle's claws. If you spot that, it's time to move on to checking the condition. If your coin shows little to no wear, sharp details, and no scratches or dings, then you may have a high-grade coin. Next, use a magnifying glass to inspect for any errors. Check the lettering and images for any signs of doubling or other unusual features. If you suspect you have an error coin, it's a good idea to get it professionally graded and authenticated by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. A professional grade will not only confirm the coin's condition but also give you a better idea of its potential value. In conclusion, the 1971 D Kennedy half-dollar may seem like an ordinary coin at first glance, but under the right circumstances it could be worth a staggering $1.7 million. High-grade coins with rare errors are the key to unlocking this value. If you have any 1971 D Kennedy half-dollars in your collection, now might be the time to give them a closer look. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more content about valuable coins and collectibles. We're diving into a coin that could be sitting right in your collection and could be worth up to $1.9 million. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar. This coin, while common at first glance, holds some hidden secrets that make certain versions of it incredibly valuable. So, if you have one of these coins, you're going to want to pay close attention. The Kennedy half-dollar was first minted in 1964 to honor the late President John F. Kennedy. It quickly became one of the most popular coins in American history. But today, we're focusing specifically on the 1972 version. What makes this year so special? Well, the answer lies in the rare errors and varieties that were accidentally produced that year. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the different types of 1972 Kennedy half dollars. Most of these coins were struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. The ones from Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, while the Denver coins have a small D, and the San Francisco ones are marked with an S. However, the value of these coins doesn't come from the mint they were produced at. It's all about the condition, rarity, and specific errors. One of the most valuable errors you should be looking for is called the double die obverse. On this rare variety, parts of the coin's design appear doubled. This can be seen most clearly on the lettering and on Kennedy's profile. If you have a 1972 Kennedy half dollar with doubling on the front, you could be looking at a coin worth thousands or even millions of dollars, depending on its condition. Another factor that affects the value is the coin's grade. Collectors use a scale from 1 to 70 to determine a coin's condition, and the closer your coin is to 70, the more valuable it is. A 1972 Kennedy half dollar in pristine, uncirculated condition with a high grade could easily fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. And if you have one of the rare double die obverse varieties in a high grade, you could be looking at a coin worth up to $1.9 million. Now, you might be wondering how you can tell if your 1972 Kennedy half dollar is worth this much. The first step is to carefully examine your coin. Look for any signs of doubling, especially around the letters and numbers on the coin. You can also take it to a professional coin grader who can determine its condition and authenticate any errors it might have. Having your coin graded and authenticated is crucial if you want to sell it for top dollar. But the value of your 1972 Kennedy half dollar doesn't just come from errors. Coins with a high silver content are also more valuable. While most 1972 Kennedy half dollars were made with a copper-nickel clad composition, there are some that were struck in 40% silver. These silver versions are much rarer and more valuable than their copper-nickel counterparts. So, if you think you have a 1972 Kennedy half dollar, check to see if it's silver. If it is, you're already sitting on something worth far more than face value. So, how do you cash in on this potential gold mine? If you think you have a valuable 1972 Kennedy half dollar, your next step is to have it graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These companies will assess the coin's condition, verify any errors, and assign it a grade. Once you have that certification, you can list your coin for auction or sale, either through online platforms or major coin auctions. To wrap up, if you have a 1972 Kennedy half dollar, don't overlook it. It might be worth a lot more than you think, especially if it has errors like the double die obverse or if it was struck in silver. These rare coins are highly sought after by collectors, and in top condition, they can be worth up to $1.9 million. So, check your collection, examine those coins, and you might just have a small fortune waiting for you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more coin tips and valuable finds. We are diving into an extraordinary find, the 1976 D Mint Mark Roosevelt dime that could be worth an astonishing $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. This tiny 10-cent coin could be the key to unlocking a life-changing fortune. So what makes this dime so special? Let's break it down and see if you might have one hiding in your collection or pocket change. First, let's talk a little about the Roosevelt dime. This coin was introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt following his death. Designed by John R. Sinek, the dime has been in circulation ever since and remains one of the most commonly used coins in America. The design hasn't changed much over the years, so it's easy to overlook dimes when searching for rare or valuable coins. However, in the case of the 1976 D Mint Mark Roosevelt dime, there are some key features that set it apart. This coin was minted in Denver, hence the D Mint Mark. Normally, this wouldn't make the coin exceptionally rare, but there are specific versions or errors that can increase its value to staggering amounts. So, what exactly should you be looking for? One of the most critical aspects to check is the condition of the coin. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are always more valuable, especially if they have never been touched by human hands or circulated in the public. These high-grade coins receive what's known as a mint state designation from coin grading services such as PCGS or NGC. The closer to a perfect mint state, the more valuable the coin becomes. But here's where it gets really interesting. For the 1976 D-dime, there are certain rare errors or variations that can send the value skyrocketing. One of the most famous and valuable variations is a doubling error or a die misstrike. This happens when the coin's design is accidentally struck more than once, causing a doubled image to appear on certain parts of the coin like the lettering or Roosevelt's profile. These errors make the coin incredibly unique and highly sought after by collectors. Another aspect to look out for is whether your 1976 D-dime was struck on a silver planchet instead of the usual copper-nickel composition. Silver planchets were supposed to be phased out in the 1960s, but in rare cases some coins in the 1970s were mistakenly struck on leftover silver blanks. If your dime happens to be one of these rare silver errors, you could be looking at a six-figure or even seven-figure payday. Now you're probably wondering how you can tell if your 1976 D-dime is worth $1.5 million. Here are some quick steps you can take to examine your coin. First, look for the D mint mark on the front of the coin just to the right of Roosevelt's neck. If you see this mint mark, you're off to a good start. Next, check the overall condition of the coin. Does it look pristine or does it show signs of heavy wear and tear? The better the condition, the more valuable the coin. Then examine the details closely, especially the lettering and Roosevelt's profile. If you notice any doubling or unusual features, it could be a sign of a valuable error coin. Finally, if you suspect your coin might be struck on a silver planchet, you can perform a quick test. Silver dimes weigh slightly more than their copper-nickel counterparts, so you can weigh your coin to see if it's heavier than usual. If it is, you might have a valuable silver error on your hands. If you find a 1976 D-dime that meets these criteria, the next step is to have it professionally graded by an expert. A certified coin grader will examine your dime and assign it a grade which will determine its market value. Once you have your coin graded, you can explore selling it through an auction house or to private collectors who specialize in rare dimes. Before you rush off to check your change, just remember that coins like this are extremely rare. The odds of finding one are slim, but as we've seen time and time again, it's not impossible. People are still discovering rare and valuable coins in the most unexpected places. Who knows, you might just be the next lucky person to find a 1976 D Roosevelt dime worth $1.5 million. So take a close look at your dimes, especially those minted in 1976 with the D mint mark. You never know what you might uncover. Could be the discovery that changes your life forever.